There's a man who sets the table for two every night. One plate stays empty. It always has. For 20 years, nothing changed. Until one night, the phone rang. His name is Arthur. He lives in a small, quiet house at the end of a street people rarely walk down anymore. The paint is fading. The mailbox leans a little to the left, and the curtains barely move. Inside, everything is still, except Arthur. Every evening at 6:30, he begins his ritual. Slow, careful, precise, as if someone is watching, as if someone still cares. The kitchen smells like soup most days. Nothing fancy, just something warm, something predictable. He takes out 2 bowls. Not one. Never one. He places them gently on the table, one in front of his chair and one across from it. That chair hasn't been touched in years, but he still pulls it out slightly, as if expecting someone to sit. There's a window beside the table. In the mornings, sunlight spills across the floor, soft, golden, almost kind. But at dinner time, the light fades quickly, and the room turns quiet in a different way, a heavier way. Arthur eats slowly, 1 spoon at a time. Sometimes he looks up, not fully, just enough to acknowledge the empty space in front of him, like a habit he can't break, or maybe doesn't want to. There's a photo on the wall, faded at the edges, a younger Arthur standing beside a woman and a boy. They're laughing, real laughter, the kind that doesn't need effort, the kind that doesn't disappear, until it does. He doesn't look at that photo often, but it's always there, watching, waiting. After dinner, he washes both bowls, even the untouched one, carefully, like it mattered, like it still belonged to someone. The house makes sounds at night, soft creaks, a distant hum, the kind of silence that feels alive. Arthur sits in his chair by the window, hands folded, eyes distant. Sometimes he whispers something, too quiet to hear, maybe a name, maybe a memory, maybe an apology. 20 years ago, there was a different kind of silence, louder, sharper, the kind that fills a room even when people are speaking. His son stood by the door, a bag in his hand, anger in his eyes. But underneath it, something else, something softer, something hurt. Arthur remembers the moment, but not the words, not exactly, just fragments. You never listened. I tried. No, you didn't. And then the door, closing, not slammed, just closed, slowly, like a decision, like something final. Arthur didn't follow, didn't call, didn't stop him, because pride is quiet but heavy. Days passed, then months, then years. At first, he expected the phone to ring every night. He kept it close, always within reach, but it stayed silent. After a while, he stopped expecting, but he never stopped hoping. That empty chair at the table, it wasn't always empty, but Arthur left it that way, as if saving it. as if time could be reversed if he just waited long enough. That night was like any other. Soup on the stove, 2 bowls on the table, the chair pulled out just slightly. Rain tapped gently against the window, soft, rhythmic, almost comforting. Arthur sat down, lifted his spoon, paused, and then the phone rang. He froze completely. The sound, unfamiliar, almost distant, like it didn't belong in his house anymore. It rang again, louder this time. Or maybe his heart was just beating faster. He stood slowly, walked toward it, each step uncertain, heavy. His hand hovered over the receiver. For a moment, he didn't pick it up, because some silences feel safer than answers. But then he answered. "Hello?"